On the poet Yusuf M. Kasmiya, Nisha Ramaya suggests a voice that speaks from many directions. Writers of color have long understood that to speak in hostile spaces requires originality and a plurality of voices. Jean Rhys, George Lamming, and Linton Kwesi Johnson, with their use of vernacular and nation languages, recognized the power in exceeding accord. In challenging hostility with the din of invention, they gestured toward bountiful new territory. For contemporary writers of the global majority, whose engagement with language is often misinterpreted as representational politics or urban, read non-white, self-expression, that earlier legacy serves as affirmation, even permission, to exceed partitions and to interrupt formal arrangements. I recall Kamau Brathwaite's well-known provocation, "Hurricanes do not roar in pentameter." Brathwaite suggested that an interruption to a word, a sentence, or tradition was, in fact, requisite for new literary discovery. It's in this spirit that we publish our first edition of the review. The message to our industry in doing so is not one of corrective or response, but rather collective self-assertion. We been here. By staying attentive to the chimerical, disobedient, and unruly voices among us, we also ensure that originality and plurality remain at the heart of our culture. In our inaugural issue, Colin Grant invites writer and translator Shara Atashi to consider two new books that weave together tapestries of the self, from writers Emma Dabiri and Catherine Joy White. Irena Sinakoje brings the young novelist Shania Keela together with writer Yvonne Singh to review Jyoti Patel's debut novel and Karen McCarthy Wolf's latest. Will Harris invites poet Nisha Ramaya to reflect on matters of dispossession and transformation in new works from Banu Kapil and Yusuf M. Kasmiya. Illustrator Sharon King-Chai, brought in by Margaret Sturton, considers Flavia Z. Drago's intoxicatingly strange new picture book, while Kieran Millwood Hargrave invites writer Jasbinder Beelan to review Hiba Nur Khan's extraordinary young adult novel recounting a true story of the rescue of Jewish lives by Muslim members of an anti-fascist resistance. One of our regular spaces will be held by Sarah Shafi, who casts an attentive eye over recently published and forthcoming books for our notable section. Another is The Last Word, where we hold space for essays and extracts that speak to the most vital concerns of our moment. For this issue, we conclude with Palestinian-Icelandic writer Mazen Maruf, whose essay Postcard runs like a ripple back through these pages. This is a first edition that speaks from many directions. As with any cacophony, what is discerned lies in relation rather than representation alone. My thanks to our editorial board, Sunny Singh, Colin Grant and Jamila Ahmed, as well as House of Thought, for bringing us home.